everyone, and welcome to Touch Base Thursday for March 19th. I am so sorry I'm a little bit late going live with all of you. I apologize. But I'm going to give it a few minutes here to make sure that I am live with you all and you're all able to hear me okay. And then we'll go ahead and get started with all of our fun projects that I have to share with you guys tonight. So if you are able to see me, please comment that you are there so that I know that. And we will start here momentarily. So I may look a little different to you guys tonight. And that is because I didn't, oh, there's Nicole. Hi, Nicole, and Patty and Robin. Hi, you guys. So I may look a little bit different tonight because I didn't have to work today. And so I'm not in my work gear. I'm not in my work makeup. So you're getting the raw version of Kim Vogel tonight. And I even left my glasses upstairs. But anyway, I'm just going to give it a few more minutes here for all of you guys to join me. And then we're going to go ahead and get started. So I know most of you are probably feeling the same way I am. A little uneasy, a little unsettled, wondering what's going to happen. And my best advice is to take it one day at a time. And I will tell you to try to stay off social media a little bit and not follow all of the news because it can be so overwhelming, I feel, when you turn everything on and that's all you hear about is the coronavirus hitting all of us in the different counties in Michigan and things like that. So, you know, I've been designing and creating and crafting and trying to come up with fun ways that I can engage with all of you remotely so that we can still have lots of fun and create. So I've got lots of ideas that I'm going to run past you here tonight, and I can't wait to again show you guys my projects and stuff. So anyway, a little bit about me and what CMU is doing. So most of you know that a lot of the colleges moved all of their classes online. So I am helping support the different teams, trying to get, you know, making sure faculty have what they need, the students have what they need. So CMU is still open, we're still operational, and I've been going to work every day until just a couple days ago, and my boss decided that what we're going to do is we're going to alternate between who has office coverage. So CMU is still open, and so we have to have office coverage for the office. So I didn't work today. I work tomorrow. I work half day Monday. He's covering the other half, and it means a lot to me. Even though my boss is retiring in a couple months, he could easily say, "Kim, you're stuck there in the office the whole time." But he's actually being part of the solution and helping cover the office and answering the phones. So if I'm not there, he's there, kind of thing. But we're gonna, I think, both be there Monday morning for a meeting and stuff like that. So I'm excited that, you know, you're trying to work together to find a solution. And I did have my class this last Monday night, and I had about 3 people here, maybe 4, including myself. I'm not sure, I forget now. I know Janet was here, and Kelly, and myself, and I had one other person stop in. But anyway, I have decided that I'm probably going to be not having classes here for at least, I'm going to hold off this coming Monday, so I'll be reaching out to those of you that had RSVP'd, my club members. I'm going to put kits together for you so that those of you that are part of my club, you'll still get your kits. I'll mail them to you, or you can come pick them up. I'll put them on my porch or something like that. So you'll be hearing from me on that. And then I'll probably do that for the month of April as well, or all of my classes as to-go options. Sorry, I had to get a drink, you guys. And so you can still craft, you can still create, that sort of thing. And I hope that you guys understand. I mean, I'm trying to do the exact same thing everybody else is, keep all of you happy and healthy and all that great stuff. But this is a great time to take advantage of crafting because you're stuck in your house, right? So make sure you check out my classes for March. I've got lots of kits left over. If any of you are interested in purchasing a kit, it's the tulip cards and it's the Dress to Impress cards. And I also still have some of the little pizza boxes left with the little note cards in it that I did for Valentine's Day, for Easter. So anyway, just so you guys know that that's an option. And you know, I know this virus is hitting all of us in different ways. It's hitting me too. We had to cancel the baby shower for Nicole and Matt this coming weekend. And it was a tough decision to do, but it, you know, again, I got to keep her healthy. I got to keep her safe and not getting a virus kind of thing. So we're hopeful to do like a little welcome baby event for her after baby is born. That's what we call her in our house. Claire started calling, it's a her, but Claire's calling her baby. So that's what her name is right now in our house. It's baby. Oh, can I give this to baby? Can I give that to baby? So anyway, she's baby. We all refer to it. Oh, I can't wait for baby to get here. Anyway, that's her name right now, is baby. And then I also want to give a big shout out to my son, Mac. Today is his birthday. He turned to the big 31 today. So shout out to him. I know he doesn't watch my Facebook Lives, but it is his birthday. So I have to tell him happy birthday officially on my Facebook Live because I just have to. I'm his mom, all right? So anyway, I know he can't really go out and celebrate and do anything that he would probably normally like to do, but he's home with a wife who's healthy and pregnant, and what more could he ask for, right? Anyway, that's what I have in the way of announcements. If you guys were here in my house about a half an hour ago, you'd have heard one playing cello and one tap dancing on the ceramic tile. I posted a video on my personal Facebook page earlier this week of Natalie tap dancing barefoot on our new flooring, because we finally got our new flooring and furniture in, and we're actually tonight starting work on the hallway to get the hallway, the main hallway and our main floor also done with. We have enough of that hardwood floor to be able to do the hallway. So we're excited to be able to do that as well. But I said, okay, girls, get it out of your system, because 7 o'clock is my Facebook Live and you cannot be playing cello and tap dancing. You guys would not have been able to hear me. So anyway, again, I will let you guys know a little bit. I'm going to do the sharing stuff first, and then I'm going to let you guys know what I'm going to be doing, a couple of fun events that I'm going to be doing for you guys over the next couple of weeks, okay? So first of all, I want to thank everyone that shared my video. Those of you know that if you share my video, you get in the drawing to win prizes. So if you're new to my page, please go ahead and share away. And then one of you, two of you get into the drawing to win something cool. I'm actually sharing my video myself too here, if you guys are wondering what I'm doing, because sometimes I forget to share it right in my own other group. Oh, my keyboard's not coming up. There we go. So what I'm doing is I'm sharing my own video, if it'll let me, in my group. There we go. So if anybody is not watching in my page, they can watch in my group. So anyway, the winners for this last week, so I had the pearls. The winner is Patty Fike. So Patty, I think you're actually watching me tonight. So Patty, congratulations. You are the winner of the pearls. And the winner of the dimensionals, and I just saw her Monday, is Janet Crowell. So Janet, congratulations. You are the winner of the dimensionals. And then I have 2 items up. Oh, hi, Joelle. Joelle, I'm so glad to see you here. I haven't seen you on here in a while. And Janie has Roger home. That's awesome. Awesome news, Janie. I'm so glad for you. So my 2 prizes up for grabs this week is the, and these I know Valentine's Day is over, but these are the From My Heart Faceted Gems. They've been on back order forever. And the lucky winner of these can use them next week, right? So, or next month, or next year. So that is one of the items. And the other item is the Peaceful Poppies sequins. And these are so pretty. Somehow I ordered 20 million of these because I like them and I'll never use them all. So those are the 2 items up for grabs this week. And then just a few things that I have in the way of announcements. So the coordinating products, I know I've talked about those a couple of times now. The coordinating products for some celebration items and some of the items in the mini catalog, they end the end of this month, March 31st. If you have not purchased that Pleased as Punch paper, I'm going to be focusing on it again tonight because it is perfect for spring projects. I encourage you to get it because it's only $11 and it coordinates with our punches. The other side is very spring themed. You're going to see some awesome things tonight that I've made with it. And then the second release celebration items are out. So you're able to get that vellum. You're able to get the Springtime Foils paper, the Best Dressed, that awesome stamp set that's got the tie and the shoe and the hat in it. That's really great for masculine or boy themed projects. Those are all still available through the end of March. So March 31st, celebration ends, and so does that awesome joining promotion. You can get $125 of product of your choice for $99, plus an additional free stamp set, plus that awesome little mini trimmer, the little 6x6 trimmer, plus a free pack of 6x6 designer series paper. So if it's something you're interested in, please message me and I'd be happy to let you know. I know a couple of you have already done that, so it's a great deal. So if you want more information, let me know. And so my class dates, most of my classes are usually the 3rd and 4th Monday of the month, but I will tell you that I'm going to cancel the one for March. I'm probably going to be canceling April, but I'm going to wait and see. And I'm not actually canceling the class. I'm just moving the class online. So basically you would get a kit to go in the mail. You would still, RSVP by just letting me know. Club members, you would do the same thing. I'm gonna play it by ear, but I know for sure that this coming March 23rd, I need to do the right thing and I need to cancel that class. So I'll be getting information out on my page about that and letting everyone know that you'll be getting kits to go on that. So what am I doing to kind of offset the whole not being able, social distancing is the new words that we're calling it. I'm doing a couple things that I want to let you guys know about. So March 25th is an event that I'm doing from 7 to 9, and I'm calling it my last chance celebration bash. So I'll be showcasing, I'm going to be doing a Facebook Live right here on this page, and I will be focusing in on some of my favorite projects that I created using celebration stuff. I'll be focusing in on celebration stuff you can still get, so if anybody wants to put in last minute $50 orders, you can, that sort of thing. So it'll kind of be a recap of celebration, and I'll also have a few prizes for people who join along, that sort of thing. So be looking for that. Mark your calendar. It's going to be a special Facebook Live in addition to my Thursday ones. And then I'm also doing an event on Saturday, April 4th. Time yet to be determined, but I'm looking like at maybe like a 10 to noon, and then again from 1 to 3. I'm looking at a 4-hour segment, but broken down into 2 hours long. And I'm going to be I'm kind of calling it a mini online retreat. So I'm going to be preparing a couple of classes that you will purchase. So basically you'll just buy the online retreat through the way I do all my registrations. I'll have a link for you guys to click on. But I'm going to be focusing in on, and we're going to be crafting together. I'm going to use a new product called Zoom. Zoom is basically kind of like a webinar where you'll all get a link that you click and it will bring all of us up. So you'll see a picture of all of us in the corners of your computer, and we're going to craft together. So we'll be able to chit chat, each of us can talk. You'll be just doing classes that I've designed and sent to you in advance. So I'm going to actually show you one of the classes that I just designed tonight. It's going to be a 20 card stamp a stack class, and then I'm going to be doing a sampler class, like a 6 or an 8x8 sampler. So there's a couple of the classes that we're going to be doing, but I wanted it to be interactive where we can chit chat and talk with each other. So I'm really hoping that I get a few of you interested in doing that on April 4th. Again, just a fun day. Look for that to be posted here soon, because I got to get that turned around pretty quick to be able to get kits in the mail to you guys. But I'll have other little fun things in there for all of you as well, little gifts that I'll give you, that sort of stuff. So I'm hoping that those two events will kind of help you guys stay engaged, and I'm going to do my best to, because I think that I'm going to need this as well to be able to get crafty and talk with all of you. And so I'm really excited about trying this little mini online retreat, and I'm hoping that it excites a few of you as well, that you might like to give it a try. So anyway, with that, I don't think I have, again, a reminder that celebration ends March 31st. But other than that, that's what I have in the way of announcements. And so I'm going to transition my camera down, and I'm going to show you guys some really cute Easter projects. Now tonight I focused on 3 different stamp sets, which is something I normally don't do. I normally focus in on just one stamp set or a suite of products or something. But tonight I chose to focus on all 3 of the stamp sets that are in the Celebration mini catalog. So I'll be showing you guys those stamp sets and at least one project made with each one of those stamp sets. And then there's a couple projects where I intertwine the two. So I may have used a stamped image from one but a greeting from the other and kind of paired them together really nicely that way. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and transition my camera down to my stamp area, and we're going to make some fun projects together. So I'll be right back with you. Okay, so you guys are going to get a sneak little peek of all of my projects first, and you're going to see that I created probably too many to showcase for you guys in the short time. But if I go a little bit longer, I'm not going to worry about it, because most of us, I think, are home just kind of hanging out. So I'm not going to feel too guilty if I go over a little bit, but I also started late. So anyway, aren't they cute, you guys? Anyway, I think it's adorable, my projects. I love them this time. So I'm going to move them out of the way, and before I go into my projects, I want to show you guys first the class that I've designed for one of my classes for that April 4th retreat. So this is one of the projects for my April 4th retreat. It is some simple, cute, I got way too much. I need some more room here. There we go. They are some really cute cards that I created using some of the products from the the Tropical Paradise. Aren't these cute? So anyway, these are one of the card classes that I'll be offering. It's going to be a 20 card Stamp-A-Stack, so you'll get all the supplies to make 20 cards. You'll get a whole bolt of ribbon. The only thing I didn't add to these, because I forgot to add to it, was I want to add some of the little trinkets to it. So you'll also get trinkets to make. But we'll actually be making these together, and so you guys will be able to see me working on them, and we'll be able to chit chat and talk. Again, I'm really trying something new, so I hope you guys will give me a chance to see if it works, but I think it'll be fun. And I don't think you guys will have to actually see me making these cards, because they're pretty simple. You'll get pictures of them. And anyway, I'm excited to be able to try to offer an online retreat. So let's hope that it works. So this is the first class that I wanted to give you guys a sneak peek on. I think it's really pretty and great cards and they'll come unstamped. You guys can use your own stamp. The neat thing about this Stamp-A-Stack class is I did use the stamp set that coordinates with the Tropical Paradise suite, but you don't have to. You could use any stamp set that you have at home. You're just going to get all the pieces cut and ready for you to be able to quickly assemble all of these cards together. So I'm looking forward to that. Okay, so my first project that I want to share with you guys tonight is, let me see, which one do I want to start with? I got 5 of them here. 5. Okay, why don't we start with, this one right here. So this one right here I'm going to start with, and it says you're invited. And so I got to tell you guys what I made this for. So my daughter Claire gets confirmed this year. We don't know of her. Oh, thanks Kathy for my nail comment. Got my nails done today, so I was able to get rid of the blue color. But this is the invitation that I made for my daughter's confirmation. Now we don't know if confirmation is going to happen or not. It might be done later, but I decided to still make an invitation. And I'm going to probably make a few for the family just in case. But I at least wanted her to have one that we can put in her memory book, even if it's not a confirmation that is your traditional confirmation where people come. And this is actually kind of sort of a case from the catalog. This card is a similar card like this is in the catalog, and it showcases, it's on the same page where it showcases the Easter Promise stamp set. Okay, and so I just used the flowers here. And then for the You're Invited, I used the So Inviting stamp set. This is a stamp set that we bought for the shower invitations that we made for the shower that is postponed. But I used the You're Invited right here for that. Now the version that we're going to be making today is I changed it to be an Easter card. So let me get my supplies here from my bottom of my pile. Here we go. Okay, so we're going to be working on an Easter version, and I used Purple Posy for the base of my card today. So Purple Posy is your 5.5 by 8.5, and it is going to be folded in half. That's the base of our card. And then I cut a piece of 2.5 by 5.5 piece of paper. This is from the In Color DSP paper stack, and I need to find my snail. I have lots of supplies out tonight, you guys, because like I said, I was home today, and even though I was still working from home and checking my email, I crafted and had to get a few things done. So I ended up making more projects than I should have. Anyway, this is another piece of that paper. This is cut with the nested dies that's in our annual catalog. And I like these because it's got the great little stitching around it. And all I did was cut this in half. And I just kind of eyeballed the half because it's not really going to matter. And then I put these on with some dimensionals. So, and I used the same side of the paper. Now you could, if you wanted to, use this one and put it up that way, but I used the same one. And so yeah, confirmation is supposed to be May 3rd. So I really don't think it's going to happen May 3rd. But it's okay. We're going to wait and see. And our pastors said that confirmation will happen. We just don't know when. So we're going to just kind of wait and see. And then I just kind of eyeballed these and put these on both ends of my card so that I had a little bit of dimension on it. And then I have a piece of 3.5 by 3.5 piece of paper. In advance, I embossed with the gold embossing powder on this. And that's just going to kind of, oh, I put that on there the wrong way. Okay, guys, even I make mistakes. So this has to go on with the point out. Oops, there we go. So this is going to go on here like that, and you're going to have the little dimension on the top and the bottom. And so this I put on with some dimensionals on the four corners as well. But first what I did is I also heat embossed in advance from the Easter Promise stamp set, the flowers that are right up here. And then I colored them in with our regular Stampin' Write markers. Now the colors that I used are Pear Pizzazz, Purple Posy, the Petal Pink, and the So Saffron. And I'm not going to actually take the time to color all of the flowers, but whoops, I just kind of colored them in every sporadically after they were already heat embossed. And I didn't really do it too slow. I did it quite fast just to kind of add some colors to it and not have to worry about taking a ton of time. And then from there, I also added the green leaves coming down. So you kind of get the gist of that. And then what I did is I just cut these. When I cut these out, I did a hard cut of this right across. And then from here, I just kind of fussy cut around this. So I'm just going to take the time. Let me actually cut this one right out first. And then from there, I just kind of fussy cut around these, moving. Again, most of you know that I don't move the scissors, I move the paper. And it doesn't take too long to do that. And by me cutting it kind of across the bottom the way I did, I'm able to just glue this right onto the bottom. And the other one on upside down like that. So that one I may have to cut a little bit more off for the Happy Easter to go on. And so we're going to pretend the flowers are on, and we're going to go ahead and add this to the card using Stampin' Dimensionals. So what I did is I added Stampin' Dimensionals to the four corners of this. Oh, Philomena, thank you. I'm glad you like my invite. I thought it was appropriate for confirmation. Claire likes purple. She's not a pink person. And the dress that we actually got her for confirmation is like a periwinkle. We found it online at Kohl's when all of the stuff started happening with not being able to. We were going to take her on spring break week to go find something, but I got nervous. And so I ended up buying one from Kohl's online. And it fits her really nice, and she likes it. And so she likes it. I'm happy then. So it's all that matters. She is not my dress kid. So to get her in a dress was not going to be easy to begin with. But anyway. Then what I did is I took a little piece of the, and you guys have seen me do this before if you followed me on one of my Facebook Lives before. Took a little piece of ribbon, cut both sides at an angle, and then I just took a glue dot and I folded this over to make a little, like a little V, and I'm going to actually cut this one a little bit shorter. And then I took another glue dot, and because this is only stuck on with the 4 dimensionals, I'm able to get right underneath here and adhere that down to the bottom and then do the same thing at the top. So anyway, that is my first project for you guys. I hope that you like that one. So you could easily make this into an Easter card as well. I just chose to do it as an invitation so that we could do it for Claire's confirmation. So anyway, that is my first project that I wanted to share with all of you. I'm not going to bore you guys with coloring, but I chose to use my regular markers because this is heat embossed with the gold embossing powder. If you've never heat embossed before, I'd be happy to show you guys sometime, but I've done it before on a Facebook Live. I don't have any of my extension cords down here because they're all still packed up from an event that I had. But heat embossing is just where you use a Versamark ink pad, you put your ink into the Versamark, stamp your image, dump different kinds of powder on it or whatever color powder you want. This is the gold embossing powder. So I dump that on and then heat it up with the heat tool. And there you have heat embossing 101. Okay, so that is my first project. And again, that is why I chose to use regular markers because I didn't use, there was really no blending. I just wanted to add some quick color to them. And I think sometimes we forget about these awesome quick markers. Okay, my next project that I'm going to share with you is this cute little, I love this one, this cute little box that I created that will hold an egg. So this one's Starburst jelly beans. It'll also hold, so you can see I've got candy eggs here. It'll also hold the M&M one, so you could change it up and make this box to coordinate with the color of the egg if you wanted to. But we bought these eggs for the girls to give to their friends for Easter, which probably won't happen. I'm guessing they won't be back in school by then. Not sure. But I'm going to show you guys how I made this box. And when you see the dimensions of this, it might remind you of a Facebook Live that I did just a couple weeks ago where we made an Easter basket and put a tulip on it that I was also going to use for Claire's confirmation. It is the same measurements for this box, only I put the box together completely. So let me bring in my trimmer and I'm going to show you guys kind of what I mean, and it will probably ring a bell when you guys see this. So again, I stuck with Purple Posy, and this piece of paper right here is 6 by 6, and I'm going to score it at 2 inches on, I need to make some room for myself first, wow. And I'm going to score it at 2 inches on all 4 sides, okay? So I'm just, again, scoring on all 4 sides. I'm so lucky and glad to see so many of you out here tonight with me because it makes me feel so much, I don't know, it makes me feel good that I'm able to share with you guys and that you value your time watching me and with everything going on. It's awesome. So thank you guys. Okay, so I scored this at 2 inches on all 4 sides, and then I am just going to go ahead and cut up on 2 of the sides to that first score line. So those of you that were watching me who may have seen me make that basket, remember the basket with the tulip on it that I did a couple weeks ago? This is the exact same measurement, the exact same everything. Now the only thing I am going to do is I'm going to do a little bit of what we call miter cutting. I'm going to cut off a little bit of the ends of these tabs because it helps the box go together better, and I'll show you what I mean by that here in just a minute. I'm not too worried about doing the middle one, and you'll see why, but these 2 end ones, that one I got a little crooked, but that's okay. And you'll see why I've cut these off in just a little bit. And I'm going to do the same thing on this side. And it's okay if they're a little crooked. No one's going to see it. But I'm going to show you guys also how I did the same pattern and used it for those little Easter baskets. Okay, so now we're just going to fold on all of our score lines. So I'm just going to fold these in on every single score line. Give it a really good fold. A couple of my score lines I could have done a little bit harder, looks like. I'm always worried about taking and cutting the paper by doing it too hard, so I try not to do it too hard. And then some of these, like I said, I have to push a little bit harder. That's okay. This entire score line on this one, I don't think I can see it. So I'm going to bring my trimmer back in, and I'm going to go on the 2-inch line on this one and make this one a little bit harder because I can't see it. So when there's a will, there's a way. You just got to bring it back in. And on this one. So I'm just lining her back up at 2. All right, there we go. Okay. Now I got a score line that I can work with. There we go. Okay. So you can see that I've just folded all of these in. Now when I made that cute little basket, remember that basket that I made? I stopped right there. And I did that on both sides. You guys remember this? Is this looking familiar? Oops, I have another one that I didn't fold. Okay, so when I made that basket, that's what I did, is I brought those 2 tips together right there. And then I did the same thing on the other side, right? This time, I'm gonna actually make a box. So with that, I am going to add, and I still have, I know you guys, I feel bad every time I use it. I still have Fast Fuse left, and it's for ease of being quick and easy on some 3D projects on my videos. But you would want to use tear and tape on this because snail is not going to be fast or strong enough to hold it. And you're just going to bring this in, and this is why we cut those down some. If we didn't cut those down, they would hang out over the top, and you really don't want that. You really want this to all be folded in nice. So I probably could have even cut them down a little bit more. And then I'm going to bring it in on this side as well. Voila, you have a cute little box that will hold an egg. Isn't that awesome? So now you guys know that you have 2 options with that 6x6 piece of paper scored at 2 inches on all 4 sides. You can make that cute little Easter basket. I actually have, I don't have the one I made completely. I have this one right here. So let me bring it in. I just saw it sitting over on another table. So remember when I made this and I had the tulip on it? This one has no tulip on it, but it's the exact same measurements. So now you can make an additional project. So hope you guys like that idea. So from there, what I did is I added some of the tricolor ribbon. So let me take my egg out of there so it doesn't go flying all over the place. And all I did was put my ribbon around here and tied it in a little knot. So my little knot's going to be off on the side, but I'm going to tie it on. So you kind of want to make sure you know which one you want as your front. So this will be my side because it's got the little mark for me trying to fold it when I didn't have it scored right. So I'm just going to tie this in a little knot tie, because I don't do bows. Most of you know I don't do bows without my cheater method. And I can't do my cheater method when I'm doing it this way and going around something. So I am just going to, man, of course I can't grab it on video like I can when I'm doing it on my own. Go through there. There we go. And I'm just going to tie it in a little knot. Okay, so it's tied around the box. And then if you wanted to, you could do enough and make a bow. I'm happy with my knot. And then I'm just going to go ahead and trim these edges off. And then what I did is I colored, I gotta find where I put him now. Here he is. I used the layering circles and I cut out a scalloped circle using the Highland Heather. And then I did a Whisper White one that fits in there. And I actually did stamp him already. So I'm going to put this on the front, but I wanted to show you guys using my blends how I'm going to color him, because let me bring in my sample again and show you guys, where is my sample? Here it is, how I blended him. Can you see that he's got some blending to him? So I wanted to show you how I did that, because it's really quick, really simple, and really easy. So I colored him completely with the light smoky slate. So let me color him in here. And I'm going to move a little bit fast, so I'm hoping I don't go out of the lines. Okay. Coloring is so soothing. I'm telling you, I love it. And I'm going to color his feet in. Again, it doesn't take too much time, so bear with me, you guys. So again, this is just using my light blend only so far. And then I used my dark petal pink, and my dark petal pink is where I colored the ears and his little feet. Okay, then I brought in my dark smoky slate and my color lifter. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some dark color where I think I want it. So I want it on the whiskers. I want it like a little bit on the side of his face here. I want it a little bit on his body. So I'm just kind of highlighting areas where I want it to be a little bit darker. And you can see, I'm going to bring it in. You can see that it's not blended at all, and it's kind of, looks kind of icky, right? Now I'm going to take this color blender, color lifter I call it, is what it's called. I call it the bleach pen almost, because what it does is it kind of bleaches the color, and I'm just going to kind of blend right on top of where I put some of that dark, and you'll see it just blends it in together. It gives it a completely different look, and you can even take out a little bit of the color if you wanted from his face, which is kind of what I'm doing. You'll see this here in just a minute. It'll dry, and I'll bring it up to the camera so you guys can see it. Oops, and I forgot to color his little nose. So let me color his nose with the petal pink. And you can see how I blended him using the two together. So if you have blends, and I know those of you that watch me, you've heard this, if you do not have the color lifter, you really need to get it, because that is where the magic happens with that. Okay, so then I'm going to go ahead and adhere this together. Donna likes the box for the candy. I do too. And you know, when I bought, we have 24 of those eggs. I bought 24 of the Starburst ones and 24 of the M&Ms with the intention of the girls giving them to their friends. So we're going to get creative. I told them we're going to do what we call random acts of kindness. We're going to get creative somehow, some way, and hand these out to someone for Easter. So just don't know yet how we're going to do it, but we're going to do it. And then I put him on there like that, and it holds an egg. Isn't that cute? So cute. So here you have one of them with the M&M egg and one of them with the Starburst egg. Now you could also use your 2-inch punch and your Starburst punch, but I had my my layering circles out, so I chose to use those instead. So thought they turned out really, really cute and fun. So anyway, that is project number 2. Hope you guys like it. Project number 3. Ooh, how about this awesome card? Okay, so this card, and I should have told you guys what stamp sets, the 3 stamp sets that I'm focusing on tonight. I'm sorry I didn't. So I already showcased the Easter Promise, which is what I used for Claire's confirmation invitation. And then I am focusing in on the Welcome Easter, which I know I showed once before, but this is such a cute stamp set that I had to bring it back again. And then the third one is the Full of Happiness. So these are the 3 cards that I'm showcasing tonight. So are the 3 stamp sets. So you can see that it's not just the one this time, but I was focusing on Easter was my theme. So that's why I chose to use all 3. And isn't this adorable, you guys? So I got to tell you, I got the inspiration for this card from my friend Dawn. Dawn had posted a really cute card similar to this. And I said, may I steal your inspiration and copy your card a little bit? And she said, absolutely. So this is my version, totally different than her version, but I love it. And so we're going to make this card together. And I've got some of the stuff done in advance, but I wanted to show you guys kind of how I did it. So this, my base of the card is Whisper White, and you guys know it's the standard 5.5 by 8.5, so nothing fancy there. And then I have a mat of Gorgeous Grape that's 5 1/4 by 4, and then my Whisper White that is 5 by 3 3/4. So these are all just kind of layered together, but before we layer them together, I want to kind of do the work on this one right here. Now these eggs, and I should have cut them out in advance, but I'm just going to fussy cut them. These eggs are part of the Full of Happiness stamp set, and these eggs you can cut out. If you have the Dino Days stamp set and the Dino Dies, those eggs will cut out these as well. And I just when I was making this card, I didn't realize that, so I actually fussy cut these, and that's what I'm going to do tonight, just to show you guys that you really don't need those dies. You can make plenty of cards with just by cutting these out by hand. The kind of the secret on this one is that you want to cut above the stamped image line. If you stamp right on the stamped image line, you're going to lose the detail of it. So you want to kind of stamp cut right around it so that you still have that stamped image. Otherwise, it's going to look kind of strange. Okay, so you can see that I've got most of my image there. And then this one I did the same thing. I stamped around where the stamp kind of stopped. And again, just kind of eyeballed this to cut this out. And that's going to fall out. I know, isn't this egg adorable? I thought it was so cute. And you could use, I kind of gravitated to the rabbit out of the stamp set. I don't know why, but I did. But you could also use the cute little lamb. You could use the cute little chick. I mean, chicks are what usually hatch out of eggs. But I am just gravitating to that bunny for some reason. And so I used him on a lot of my projects. But there really is a cute little chick that you could put in there as well. Instead of using what I used. So then I wanted to put this down, and I realized it looked kind of bland. So what I did is I chose to ink around the edges and add some distressing around the edges of my egg. So I'm just going to bring in the Gorgeous Grape ink pad, and with a sponge, I just kind of sponged around the edges here. And I think it just kind of brought a little bit more of it to life. It was, oh, nope, it was Dawn Bourgette. My friend Dawn Bourgette had posted a picture of this card, Philomena, looking similar to this. And but she did a lot more work to it, I would say. She had added flowers and stuff, and I just kind of made it a little bit different. And I got ink on there. So we're going to use the other side. So I'm going to go ahead, but Dawn, I do know who Dawn Griffith is, and she's an amazing person, and I love Dawn. Her and I do talk on a pretty regular basis. So I'm going to go ahead and add that one there, and then I'm going to add the other half of the one up here like that. And then I also have the rabbit, and yes, you have to fussy cut the rabbit. And I did already color him. For him, I did not do any of the blending on this yet, but I'm going to, so you guys can see the magic happen again. So for him right now, I actually didn't add any dark to him yet. He is all, I'm calling him a he. It's just the light smoky slate. And then I used the pen, or the Highland Heather for the inside of his ears, just to kind of match, instead of using pink. So I don't mind fussy cutting. I don't know if how do you guys feel about fussy cutting? Do you like it, hate it? I don't mind doing it in, you know, if I have the time to just sit and do it and watch TV and stuff. But I know some people absolutely hate the idea of fussy cutting. And if I do it in small segments, you know, 20 minutes here, 20 minutes there. I know some of the gals that help with my invitations for the shower, bless your heart, Shireen, Judy, Terry, they did some fussy cutting for me, and I appreciate your guys' work on that, because not everyone likes it. So now I'm going to go ahead and adhere him, and then I'm going to do some blending. So I probably shouldn't put that on yet. I'm going to add my little bunny down here to the egg, and I'm going to bring in my dark again here, and I'm just going to add a little bit of dark, not a lot to him because, you know, he's already in the egg and that's the attraction part of this card. And my color lifter to do the blending because I don't want that stark of a dark on the edge. Okay, so there we go. Yes, I agree, Beth. It looks better with the sponging. It just kind of, I think it just added a little bit of a oomph that it needed, right? So now I'm just going to go ahead and adhere this part of the egg down. And then what I did is I used this little flower is part of the Full of Happiness stamp, this little one right here. And I stamped some flowers using the gorgeous grape ink pad. So I'm just going to add a few of these flowers every so often. Oh, that one I didn't stamp completely down. Oh well, you guys get the gist of it. I could probably line it up and I could probably make it work, but I have to move it closer to me to be able to do that. So I'll do it later. I don't want to move it out of you guys' way. Well, maybe I'll just move it down. Oh, I'll do it later. My camera's in the way too. Okay. And then at the very top, oh, and I didn't leave room for my May Your Easter Be Full of Happiness, but so instead I'm going to stamp Happy Easter. So I stamped a flower up at the top, so my big one's not going to work, but I have Happy Easter that is from, like I said, I kind of use these stamps all together. So I'm going to use the Happy Easter from the Welcome Easter, and I'm just going to stamp Happy Easter up here at the top. Ta-da! And then I'm going to go ahead and add that to my card, glue it all together. And again, there's no ribbon at all on this card. I did add some rhinestones to the center of the flowers. Not sure if you guys can see that on there, that I did add some rhinestones to the center. And you have a cute little card. I will probably send this to my goddaughter for Easter. And I can add the little rhinestones later, but you can see here I also added some little rhinestones like it was a hinged, so it's not like on a hinge. You could also add brads and actually hinge this card, but I did not have any brads in which to do that with. So this is how I improvised for my card. So I hope you guys like that one. I think it's so, so cute. Okay, the next one I'm going to share with you is this card right here. Isn't this adorable? So here's where I'm focusing in again on that paper. That's that Please This Punch paper. And let me find the card here so we can make this one together. So I am keeping you guys longer tonight, but I am not feeling guilty about it. So if any of you do have to leave early because you have other commitments of whatever you do, even though a lot of us are stuck not doing much, I understand. You can always come back and watch the replay, but I am going to actually take the time and show you guys all 5 of these projects tonight, because why not? Okay, so for this one, I have a piece of Whisper White cardstock. Again, 5.5 by 8.5 for the base of my card. And then I used some Balmy Blue cardstock. And this is cut 5 1/4 by 4. And then I have a piece of that Please This Punch paper. So this is the side where it coordinates with the Blossom Punch, but I used the stripes on the other side. Thought it just went really well for Easter. And this is cut 4 by 2.5, and it fits down on the bottom part really good. Well, thanks, Shelby. I'm glad that you like my projects. It was fun designing these for Easter. You think spring, it just made me feel so much better about everything to be able to just sit and craft and make these the last couple days. I actually just did the last one that I'm going to share with you, I actually just made tonight because I had bought some Easter candy and I didn't showcase it for any of my videos yet. And I'm like, I've got to do that. So, sorry you guys, I needed a little drink. Oh, good, more fun. I'm glad, Philomena. I'm glad you feel that way. And then I have a piece of crushed curry. So any of these colors would have really looked fine to showcase here along the top. Oh, thank you, Carol. You guys are awesome. But I chose to use the yellow because it kind of went with the whole chick theme. And this is just crushed curry, and it's a 3/4 of an inch piece, and it's cut at 4 as well. And so I'm just going to put that along the top of my designer series paper. And it'll go right here on the top. And then I got to tell you guys, I think it's still going to work. But when I was designing this card and cutting a second one out for my Facebook Live, I ended up cutting this oval a little bit smaller than my original one. But the stamped image is still gonna fit. So you're going to notice it's a little bit smaller. Oops, that happened late last night when I was cutting for everything. But hey, it'll work, right? So I am going to stamp, even though I stamped this in black, I don't have a cleaning cloth here. So I am going to go ahead and stamp the Happy Easter on the bottom of this using the purple posy. It'll be, or I mean the Gorgeous Grape. It'll look close to black, so I'm not too concerned. But I just stamped this directly on the paper. See, you improvise. No one can tell the difference. And then we're going to do some stamping for the chick. And the chick is actually quite fun. So I'm going to move these out of the way for a minute because I do need to add the stamped images of this chick to my blocks. I don't have them added yet. So the chick, you have this body. And then you have, I'm going to pull all these out because I'm going to need them. You have the feet. And then you have the nose, which is right here. Can't lose the nose. And then you also have the eyes that I used over here. So here are also the 2 eggs that I used for that previous card, okay? So it's part of that Full of Happiness stamp set. So let me bring in, I gotta find my block here. I know I've got a big block. Let me find my block. I stole it to make those cards that I showed you guys earlier that I'm going to be doing for my online retreat. So I had to go back and get it. Okay, so I'm going to start with the body of the chicken. And for that I used, you're going to see a little bit of a fun thing that I did. So for that I used Daffodil Delight. So what I did is I inked the little chickie up in Daffodil Delight. And then I kind of concentrated on the outer edge of him with a sponge. And I'm going to need to go get that sponge. I'm bringing in crushed curry. So let me grab a sponge. Just when you think you have everything here, you don't. Okay, so I'm going to then bring in my crushed curry. And I'm going to add a little bit of crushed curry to the bottom edge of this just to kind of try to darken it a little bit. And then I'm going to do the same thing with the mango medley. So that's going to be a little bit darker. I'm using the other end of the sponge. And I'm just going to kind of go around here a little bit and add a little bit of darker spots to my chick. Hoping it works anyway. Then I'm just going to huff on this. Moisten it again, and I'm going to stamp my chicken. And I should have had a mat, so I'm just going to kind of push the center really good. But you should see a little bit of variation to that. Can you see that? And to me, it just kind of brings it out a little bit more than just having it be on its own. And then I'm going to use my pumpkin pie for his feet. And let me put that on a block here as well. I don't want to lose any of my stamps, but I'm going to clean them later. So I'm just going to go ahead and stamp his feet in the orange. And then I'm going to stamp his nose in the orange as well. So you can see it leaves openings for his eyes and his nose. So I'm going to go ahead and stamp his nose in orange. And then his eyes may have already disappeared. They're stuck somewhere. So I may not be able to stamp his eyes because I can't find his eyes right at the moment. because these stamps are so, oh, there's his eyes. Okay, sorry, found the eyes. So I'm gonna go ahead and close up my pumpkin pie, bring in my basic black for his eyes. This is so fun, you guys. Stamp in the basic black, and then I'm just gonna line this up and stamp his eyes. Look how cute that is. So cute. And then from there, all I did was add this on with some dimensionals. So I'm going to go ahead and just put a couple on there. You could put 4 on there if you really wanted to. Oh, Karen, thank you. I'm glad that you are liking my projects, and thanks for following along tonight and watching me. I appreciate it. From Australia. Oh, wow. Awesome. Thank you. That's an awesome compliment that you are watching me from Australia. Okay, so then I'm going to bring in, I have a mess going on here, you guys. I'm going to bring in the ribbon. This is the beautiful, pretty petal pink ribbon that has the etched in the awesome metallic, kind of like the silver gold look. And I'm just going to make a bow. And the bow on my sample was probably too big. I just was too lazy to change it last night. And so anyway, I'm going to cut this one a little bit smaller. And I'm going to go ahead and adhere this with a couple of glue dots right onto my chick. Look how cute that is. So even though it's a little bit smaller because someone didn't cut the right one out, it still turned out really well. I tell you guys, you're getting the real me because this is kind of how I roll. I mean, after I cut that out last night, I went, oh my gosh, it's too small. It's not the same size. And so then I went and got the chicken body stamp, and I went, oh, it'll still fit. It's going to be good enough. I'm not going to waste it. So anyway, that is why it's a little bit smaller. I thought you guys would love that funny little story. Okay, so my last project that I want to share with you guys tonight is just simply a cute little box full of candy. So I picked up these Lindorf chocolate carrots, gosh, quite a while ago to do something fun with them. And I'm like, this is my Easter project, class. I need to come up with something fun. So I decided to make this awesome little box, and I've made this box many times before, and I go back to it many different times, so I thought I'd share it with you guys again. This is what I created tonight, and we're going to actually go through it and make it. The lid comes off, and then inside here is some little Dove chocolates. I've got dark chocolate, caramel, and milk chocolate, but you know, who doesn't like some little chocolates? And then I just put a heart on the front of the box to kind of match as well. But isn't that cute? Now this I'll probably give to my boss, put it on his desk. I won't be seeing him much because we're working different shifts to cover our office during this whole situation that we have going on. But I thought it was really cute and wanted to share the measurements with you guys on that. Now, the measurements for my 3D projects, I will post. If you've noticed last week, I posted in the description of my Facebook Live the measurements for you guys to be able to duplicate the cute little card that I did with the Special Someone suite. So make sure you go back and check that. And my YouTube videos, I'm behind, but they're slowly getting there. Are also being, my Facebook Live videos are slowly being uploaded to YouTube as well. Okay, now that I have a better internet, I'm able to do more things. Okay, so for the base of the box, or the box itself, the bottom of the box, I started with a piece of cardstock here that is 5.5 by 5.5, and this you're going to score at 1.5 on all 4 sides. Okay, so I didn't do any of the scoring so that I could do it live with you guys, so that you can see that this is not too intimidating to do. So 5.5 by 5.5, and you score it at 1.5 all the way around. And I'm making sure I'm scoring this a little bit harder this time, so hopefully I won't have the same problem that I had with the last one. Nope, these are good. So same ordeal, I'm going to cut up on 2 sides to the center line. And then I'm going to do the whole miter cutting of my tabs. So I'm going to cut those out just a little bit. This is a great treat box. I love this box. Like I said, I find myself coming back to it on a pretty regular basis. It's great for just little gifts. Like when I say I'm going to do like little random acts of kindness, I'm trying to think of people who, like my mail person who's still going to be working, my UPS guy who's still going to be delivering for now anyway, my awesome Stampin' Up! Orders, my people at the bank, even though here in Michigan, all of our banks are now drive-through only, but I'm still going to be, you know, doing little random acts of kindness for those people. So that is my goal anyway, is to just have these things made up and with me out to different people. So anyway, just so you guys kind of know what my thinking is, because there are a lot of people, like I know I still have to work through this, but I'm able to do some working from home, and I'm able to not have to be exposed every single day. And so some people don't have that luxury. And so that is kind of why I look at it like I can do some awesome little things just to give to people. So anyway, and then these just get folded up the exact same way I did that little box with the eggs. You line up the seams perfectly there and get a good little corner there. That one I scored a little funky. So there's your box. Then your lid, your box bottom. So for your lid, it is a 4 5/8 by 4 5/8 square piece. And this you're going to score at 1 inch on all 4 sides. And I actually found it easier to use the 1 inch on this side to be able to do that scoring versus trying to do it the other way. So I'm just going to do this at all 4 sides on 1 inch. And again, I'm making sure I get a really good score line there. And I found it easier to cut this on the opposite side of that striped paper. Doesn't really matter which way you do it. So I'm just gonna, again, cut up to that first score line. Gonna cut some little tabs into these just to make it a little bit easier for this to go together. So what are things that you guys are doing to keep yourself busy and keep your mind off everything and still stay healthy? And I think that we can learn from each other so much. I know for us, you know, we've been having our girls still work on their schoolwork that came home from school. They practice Claire practices her cello. Natalie actually, like I said before, right before I went live with you all, she did another tap dance class through this CLI studio that she's a part of. And I think it's just important to keep your mind off things and to stay busy. And, you know, the best that we can do is to do our part to stay healthy as far as using hand sanitizer, you know, covering our mouth, all of that. But definitely this is something so unique that I know none of us have ever gone through before. And I know it's different from state to state, but here in Michigan, our schools have closed at least through April 6th. I know that they're probably going to be closing a little bit longer than that. The university I work at, the rest of the year, it's online only instruction. How cute that box goes together. You know, a lot of our banks are closing, some stores, all of our bars and restaurants are drive-through only. So anyway, just lots going on. And so that's kind of why like I said, I decided to create lots of things for you guys tonight, because it was good for the soul to create. So I encourage all of you to keep creating and having fun while you're off during this time, or while you're not able to go out much and that sort of thing. So that's how easy that box went together. And then I put the chocolates in it, obviously. I used some of the Please This Punch Designer Series paper and punched out with the heart punch and then the scallop punch. You guys, I used this before. It's in our Occasions catalog. And then I used some dimensionals to put this on with. And put that on the center. And then I took my little heart, or my little carrot, taped it on there, or glued it on there with some glue dots. And I used quite a few glue dots for this, but it's sticking really good. Like, it's not going anywhere. Trust me, it's not. And then I just kind of stuck it on the top of the box like that. And then I topped it off with a bow using the white baker's twine there on the bottom for just a little bit of an added extra touch. So anyway, those are my 5 projects that I wanted to share with you guys tonight. I know I don't normally share 5 projects, but I couldn't resist because I had so much fun. Now, if you are interested in putting in a Stampin' Up! Order and taking advantage of Celebration, if you go to kimsbasementbunch.com, you will see a host code there. Apply that host code to your order. Any $30 order or more, you will receive at least 3 of the make and takes that I made tonight. And I'll send those directly to you. And if you're still interested in taking advantage of that join promotion, let me know. Happy to get you guys in tuned for that. Next week, I will be sharing with you projects that I've made using, haven't made them yet, I'll be doing it this weekend, using that new Ornate Garden product suite that is going to be coming out in our annual catalog, but as demonstrators we were able to get it this month, and they're doing an early release on it for our customers, so you will be able to see or order the Ornate Garden beginning April 1st. So I'm going to be showcasing that for you guys next week. But again, if you have any questions, let me know, and I'm here to help you guys, keep you creating, keep you making beautiful things and inspired. And I really hope that some of you take advantage of joining me on April 4th for my first ever virtual online mini virtual retreat. I'm hoping to make it fun. Again, if you join me late, I'm doing a virtual retreat on April 4th where we can all join on a Zoom call. It's really easy. You click a link and you'll be able to join in. And one of the classes that I'm going to be offering is these awesome cards right here. So we make them together. I ship them to you in advance and we have lots of fun together. I'm also going to be working on an 8x8 sampler, and I might do one more class as well, maybe like a 3D type class. So anyway, thank you all so very much for joining. I hope you enjoyed my awesome projects that I shared with you tonight. Oh, I forgot to throw back in here the invitation that I made. And I look forward to seeing you guys all back here next Thursday. Now, I'm also still brainstorming ideas of things that I can do for you guys, and that I'm not going to be able to see you very often. So you might even be seeing me advertise other Facebook Lives that I might be doing spur of the moment as well. So thanks everyone for joining, and I look forward to being live with you guys again soon. And take care, be healthy, stay safe, and see you guys soon. Bye.